Life after 65 can be your most rewarding chapter, but it's crucial to know who you shouldn't live with to protect your peace and happiness. In this video, we'll reveal the types of people you must avoid sharing your space with, whether it's energy-draining relationships, overly dependent adult children, or those who undermine your independence. You'll also learn practical tips to set boundaries and reclaim control of your life. Stay with us to uncover how you can live freely, joyfully, and on your own terms. Ready to embrace this transformative journey? Let's dive in. 1. Avoid energy-draining relationships. Have you ever noticed how some people leave you feeling completely exhausted after spending time with them? These are the energy drainers, constant complainers who seem to find problems in everything. Their negativity can be contagious, turning sunny days into gloomy ones. If you're over 65, protecting your peace of mind is vital, and that starts with recognizing and avoiding these toxic relationships. Here's the truth. Life after 65 is precious, and your time is too valuable to waste on negativity. While it's natural to care for others, constantly being surrounded by complaints and pessimism takes a toll on your mental health. Think about it. When was the last time you walked away from someone feeling uplifted instead of drained? If that's a rare feeling, it might be time to reassess. Complaining is like a virus. It spreads fast and lingers long after the conversation ends. It clouds your perspective, making it harder to see the beauty and opportunities in life. But here's the good news. You can control who you allow into your personal space. You have the power to say, enough is enough. Take a moment to reflect. Are there people in your life who bring more stress than joy? If so, it's okay to distance yourself. It doesn't mean you care less. It means you're prioritizing your well-being. Your golden years should be filled with joy, not weighed down by others' negativity. Let this be your mantra. Surround yourself with positivity and let go of what no longer serves you. By doing so, you'll create room for meaningful connections and peaceful moments. Remember, protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's necessary. Your happiness matters now more than ever. 2. Set boundaries with energy vampires. Some people aren't obvious in the way they affect you. They may seem kind and friendly, but their constant need for emotional reassurance or support can quietly weigh you down. These are energy vampires, individuals who drain your emotional capacity by making every interaction about their needs, struggles, or problems. Picture this. A neighbor stops by with a big smile and friendly chit-chat, but before you know it, the conversation shifts to their personal challenges, complaints, or even subtle requests for your help. They don't intend to harm you, but their unending reliance can leave you feeling exhausted and overburdened. Unlike the obvious negativity of constant complainers, energy vampires operate in a way that's harder to detect. They might come across as harmless or even pleasant, but their emotional dependency creates an imbalance in the relationship. Over time, you may start to feel like their caretaker, therapist, or problem solver, and that's not fair to you. The solution? Set clear boundaries. Be compassionate, but firm when you feel the conversation is becoming too much. It's okay to say, I understand, but I need some time to myself. You're not rejecting them. You're protecting your emotional energy. Boundaries aren't just about saying no, they're about creating space for relationships that uplift and energize you. By setting limits, you preserve your mental health and allow yourself to focus on what truly matters in your life. Remember, after 65, your emotional well-being is non-negotiable. You've earned the right to choose peace, and creating boundaries is a powerful way to safeguard it. Surround yourself with people who respect your time, your energy, and your need for balance. 3. Handle controllers wisely. As we age, we often encounter people who feel entitled to tell us how to live our lives. These are the controllers, individuals who may genuinely care, but cross the line by imposing their opinions and decisions on us. They might say things like, you shouldn't travel alone at your age, or why are you taking up a new hobby now? Isn't that too much for you? While some of this advice may come from a place of concern, it can feel suffocating. Controllers often project their fears onto you, making it seem like they know what's best for your life. But here's the truth. No one knows your needs, dreams, and limits better than you do. At 65 and beyond, you've earned the right to make your own choices without judgment or interference. So how do you handle controllers? First, recognize their behavior for what it is, fear-driven rather than malicious. Then, calmly but firmly assert your independence. For example, if someone questions your decision to take up a new hobby, respond confidently, "This brings me joy and keeps me engaged. It's something I love." Remember, controllers often act out of their own insecurities, not because they truly believe you're incapable. By setting boundaries and confidently standing your ground, you're not only protecting your freedom, but also showing them the importance of respecting others' autonomy. Life after 65 is your time to embrace the activities and choices that fulfill you. Don't let anyone's doubts or fears hold you back. You've spent decades living for others. Now it's time to live for yourself. Surround yourself with those who celebrate your decisions and encourage your growth. Your happiness is your responsibility. Take it into your hands with confidence and courage. 4. Address adult children's dependency. Living with adult children can be a blessing or a burden. It all depends on the dynamics. Many parents love helping their grown children, but what happens when that support becomes a one-way street? If your adult child relies on you for financial help, emotional support, or even day-to-day care, it's time to reevaluate the relationship. As a parent, you've spent years guiding and nurturing your children, teaching them independence. But if they're still leaning on you heavily in their 30s or 40s, it may be holding both of you back. Dependence like this isn't just draining, it can prevent them from growing into the capable adults they're meant to be. Take this to heart. Enabling their reliance on you doesn't help them, it hinders their development. It's not selfish to expect them to stand on their own 2 feet. In fact, it's one of the greatest lessons you can teach them, even later in life. Here's how to start. First, have an honest conversation. Let them know you'll always love and support them emotionally, but it's time for them to take more responsibility for their lives. If they're living with you, establish clear boundaries, whether it's contributing financially, helping around the house, or setting a timeline for moving out. It's okay to put your needs first. After 65, your focus should shift to living your life fully, pursuing your interests, nurturing your well-being, and enjoying the freedom you've worked so hard to achieve. Helping adult children find their independence isn't turning your back on them. It's empowering them to thrive. Remember, your happiness matters too, and finding balance in this relationship is key to preserving it. Set boundaries with love and confidence. You'll both benefit in the long run. 5. Choose romantic partners carefully. Romance after 65 can bring joy, companionship, and a sense of renewal, but it also comes with unique challenges. Choosing the right partner becomes more important than ever, as the wrong relationship can disrupt your peace and independence. Many people fall into the trap of seeking a partner out of fear of loneliness, but this often leads to unbalanced relationships. Some partners might become overly dependent on you, expecting financial or emotional support. Others might try to control your decisions, leaving you feeling more isolated than before. These dynamics can turn what should be a fulfilling chapter of your life into a stressful one. Here's a story that may resonate. A friend of mine, let's call her Susan, started dating a man who seemed perfect. He was charming and attentive, but over time his dependence became overwhelming. He relied on her for everything, from finances to emotional stability. What began as companionship turned into a caretaker role she didn't want. She eventually realized she deserved more and made the brave choice to walk away. The lesson here is clear. Prioritize relationships built on mutual respect, freedom, and balance. Ask yourself, does this person enhance my life, or do they take more than they give? If the latter, it's a sign to reassess. Healthy relationships should inspire you, not weigh you down. Take your time to know someone's true character before making big commitments. It's also okay to enjoy companionship without rushing into living together or merging lives too soon. At this stage in life, your peace and happiness come first. Seek a partner who uplifts you, respects your independence, and shares your vision for the future. Love can be beautiful at any age, but only when it's built on the right foundation. Remember, you deserve nothing less. 6. Protect your time. After 65, your time becomes one of your most precious assets. You've worked hard, raised families, and navigated life's challenges. Now it's your moment to enjoy the freedom you've earned. But not everyone sees it that way. Some people assume that because you're retired, your time is free for them to use. These individuals, whether friends, neighbors, or even family members, might constantly ask for favors or demand your attention. They might say things like, "You're not busy, so why not help out?" While helping others can be rewarding, being constantly on call drains your energy and takes away from the things you truly want to do. Here's the reality. Your time isn't infinite. You deserve to spend it on what matters most to you. Whether it's pursuing hobbies, traveling, spending time with loved ones, or simply relaxing. Saying yes to every request means saying no to your own needs. To protect your time, start by setting clear boundaries. Politely but firmly, let others know when you're unavailable or unable to help. For example, say, "I'd love to help, but I've already planned my day." These boundaries aren't about being selfish. They're about honoring the life you've built. Remember, it's okay to prioritize yourself. When you do, you'll find more joy and energy for the people and activities that truly enrich your life. Your time is yours and you get to decide how to use it. Don't let anyone guilt you into thinking otherwise. By valuing your time, you set an example for others to respect it too. This stage of life is about freedom, and protecting your time is one of the best ways to embrace it. Live fully and unapologetically. You've earned it. 7. Reject negative aging stereotypes. Aging doesn't mean slowing down, giving up, or living under someone else's limitations. Yet some people around you, whether family, friends, or even society, might push negative stereotypes that suggest your best days are behind you. They may say, "Why bother traveling at your age?" Or, "Isn't it time to take it easy?" Here's the truth. These comments are not about you, they're about their fears. They project their own doubts and insecurities, limiting you in ways they feel limited themselves. But your age is not a barrier, it's a gift. At 65 and beyond, you have wisdom, freedom, and clarity to live life on your terms. Let me share a perspective. Think of people you admire who have done extraordinary things later in life. Many have proven that age is just a number. Whether it's traveling the world, starting a new hobby, or even launching a business, the possibilities are endless when you believe in yourself and ignore the naysayers. When someone tries to box you into a stereotype, pause and ask yourself, whose rules am I living by? You don't have to accept someone else's limitations. Instead, surround yourself with people who see your potential, who encourage your passions, and who remind you that life's adventure doesn't stop at 65. It evolves. Embrace the freedom to live boldly and authentically. Travel, learn, dream, and create. The only limits are the ones you accept, and rejecting negative stereotypes opens the door to boundless opportunities. This chapter of life is about thriving, not shrinking. So the next time someone says, "You're too old for that," smile and prove them wrong. Life is waiting for you to embrace it, fully and unapologetically. Age doesn't define you. Your choices do. 8. Reclaim personal identity. As life goes on, many of us take on roles that define who we are: parent, spouse, caregiver, provider. While these roles are meaningful, they can overshadow your personal identity. By the time you're over 65, it's easy to feel like those roles are all you are. But here's the truth. You are much more than the roles you've played. Now is the time to reclaim who you are as an individual. Ask yourself, what brings me joy? What are my passions, dreams, and goals? These questions may feel unfamiliar after years of putting others first, but they're the key to rediscovering yourself. Consider this. When you prioritize your identity, you not only improve your own happiness, but also inspire others to do the same. For instance, a friend of mine, let's call her Linda, spent decades as a devoted mother and wife. When her children moved out and her husband retired, she felt lost. But then she took a watercolor painting class, a hobby she'd always wanted to try. That simple act ignited a new passion and gave her a renewed sense of purpose. Reclaiming your identity doesn't mean abandoning your loved ones. It means nurturing yourself so you can bring your best self to every relationship. Start small, explore hobbies, volunteer, or reconnect with old interests. Your individuality deserves attention, and so do your dreams. Remember, life doesn't stop after 65. It's a new chapter where you have the freedom to focus on yourself. Let go of guilt for wanting time for your own growth and happiness. Embracing who you are as a person, beyond any title, is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. This is your time to shine. 9. Pursue new passions after 65. Your 60s and beyond are the perfect time to explore new passions. After decades of work, responsibilities, and routine, you finally have the freedom to do the things you've always dreamed of. Yet too often people hold back, thinking, isn't it too late to start something new? Let me tell you, it's never too late. Think of this stage of life as a blank canvas. Whether it's learning a new language, traveling to places you've always wanted to see, or picking up a creative hobby like painting or writing, now is your time to explore. Doing something you love isn't just fulfilling, it's good for your mental and emotional health. Take inspiration from others. Many people have achieved incredible things after 65. Grandma Moses started painting in her late 70s and became an icon in the art world. Colonel Sanders launched KFC in his 60s. These stories prove that age is not a limitation. It's an opportunity. Here's how to get started. Choose something you've always wanted to try but never had the time for. Start small and give yourself permission to enjoy the process without pressure. It's not about being perfect. It's about finding joy and fulfillment. Imagine waking up each day with something exciting to look forward to, whether it's a new skill, a personal project, or an adventure. That's the kind of life you deserve. By pursuing your passions, you're not just enriching your life, you're setting an example for others that it's never too late to follow your dreams. This is your time to thrive, to rediscover the spark within you, and to create a life filled with meaning and joy. Take the leap. Your future self will thank you. 10. Live for yourself. After 65, it's time to focus on you. For decades, you may have put others first, raising children, caring for family, and supporting friends. But now the most important person in your life should be you. This isn't selfish. It's necessary. You've earned the right to live on your own terms. Too often, people feel guilty for prioritizing their own happiness. Society expects us to keep sacrificing, even when we've given enough. But ask yourself, how much longer can you keep putting your dreams on hold? The truth is, you deserve to explore what makes you happy and fulfilled. Living for yourself means saying yes to your desires and no to things that don't serve you. Whether it's pursuing hobbies, traveling, or simply enjoying quiet moments, your time is yours to spend how you want. Stop worrying about what others think. Their expectations don't define your life, you do. Let me share a story. A retired teacher I know, Jack, spent years taking care of his grandchildren while his children worked. While he loved them dearly, he never had time for himself. One day, he decided to take a pottery class he'd always dreamed of. That decision changed everything. It gave him joy, purpose, and a new community of friends. Now he looks forward to each day, creating beautiful pieces that make him proud. This is your time to shine. Life after 65 isn't about winding down. It's about embracing freedom. By living for yourself, you're not only finding happiness, but also setting an example that it's never too late to reclaim your life. So start today. Say yes to your dreams and let go of anything holding you back. You've spent years giving. Now it's your turn to receive. Live fully, boldly, and unapologetically. You deserve it. In closing, living well after 65 means protecting your peace and happiness by making thoughtful choices about who you share your life with. Let's quickly recap the 10 types of people to avoid. First, steer clear of energy-draining complainers and set boundaries with subtle energy vampires. Next, handle controllers wisely to maintain your independence and address adult children's dependency with love but firm boundaries. Be mindful of choosing romantic partners who respect your freedom and protect your time from those who think it's theirs to use. Reject negative aging stereotypes that limit your potential and reclaim your personal identity beyond any role you've played. Pursue new passions after 65 to keep life exciting. And most importantly, live for yourself, boldly and unapologetically. This is your time to thrive. Surround yourself with positivity, set boundaries, and embrace every opportunity to live the life you deserve. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more insights to empower your golden years.